Live and local softball and baseball, proudly sponsored by Home Appliance Center, Hometown Restyling, I'm on Communications, and Walton Collision Center. This is a presentation of KCRG TV9 Sports. It's live and local softball and baseball, only on KCRG 9.2.
Welcome back to Prairie High School. Game number 2 coming up here in a bit. Game number 1 went to the Prairie Hawks as they defeated Wahlert 1-0. An RBI double by Xavier Perez in the bottom of the 6th inning that played at Colin McClintock for the game's only run. Prairie getting the only hits from their side in that 6th inning. Single by Tate Tierney began the 6th, and the double by Perez later on in that 6th inning. So Prairie now coming into game number 2 at 10-0, while Wahlert sits at 8-2. The Hawks and the Golden Eagles from Prairie High School coming up after this on KCRG 9.2. Welcome back to Prairie High School. Morgan Huck here with you. Harms as we get set for game number 2 tonight between the Prairie Hawks and the Dubuque Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles. The thick of the Mississippi Valley Conference, seeing a good one here tonight. Both these teams out of the Valley Division, and Prairie. John, they played some close games. They've been tested so far this year, but this was a tough one for them to get by, and they saw a really good pitcher in this opening game with Jacob Piero.
Yeah, this is the early in the year you want to be challenged like that, and they were tonight. I mean, obviously two great teams. Both are going to feel that way because they know there's going to be games during the season where there's going to be struggles, where the bats maybe aren't going, you're facing a dominant pitcher. How do you find a way to get people on base? How do you find a way to score a run? And tonight, Prairie did it in that first game with a timely hit. And Wahlert's end of it, they can look at, some of the innings where they had jams, they worked out of them, they regrouped. So there's positive for both teams to build on, even in a loss for Wahlert. And they'll continue to move forward and just get better as the season goes.
And no better way to move forward than play a second game of the doubleheader. Both these teams, though, are just some of the two of the premier teams, really, in Eastern Iowa. Prairie has, both teams, I should say, have won 30 games or more in 4 of the last 5 years. You look at Dubuque Wahlert, they've been in the state semifinals in each of those 4 years, including a runner-up last year, as they dropped the state championship game to Pella. Prairie in the state semis last year. So these two teams are very familiar with playing deep into the month of July. And from just seeing 7 innings of baseball, I would think these two teams have an excellent chance to be right back there at the end of the year.
Absolutely. I would agree with that. The one thing that stood out to me watching this game tonight was both teams are very mature. They're mature physically looking kids. They're mature mentally. And you can see where they probably, we have a lot of kids out here tonight that have had success in multiple sports, and it carries over. But from a baseball standpoint tonight, they're two very solid teams. They play good defense. They have good pitching. They have good offense. So they've got strong seasons ahead of them, and they're liking this early season matchup. Hopefully they're both thinking that whatever happens tonight isn't going to come back at the end when those final conference standings are all said and done.
Yeah. as far as Prairie coming up next on Wednesday, they play at Assumption. So Prairie's wrapping up a stretch of 3 straight at home. They will now go on the road to close out the rest of this week at Assumption as they go out of conference on Wednesday night, and then at Waterloo West in a doubleheader on Friday before a big stretch of home games coming up, including a fun rematch against Iowa City High here in a week next Monday night.
Yeah, how about that? It's the amazing thing about the Valley Conference is the fact that so many good teams in it, and ultimately you're going to face them either that sub-state game to get to state or medium at state, and then season later you get to play them early again, and that'll be a week from tonight, a huge ball game here at the same ballpark.
Wahlert's also going to play City High. They play them on Friday up in Dubuque. But they also play tomorrow as they'll host Marquette Catholic. So an interesting out-of-conference game for the Golden Eagles tomorrow. But when you look at their season so far with the Golden Eagles, it's other than this second loss that we saw in the opener tonight, they've won. Prior to tonight, they lost just the one, and that was an odd one against Dubuque Senior, 20-9. So things got a little out of hand in that one, but and that can happen certainly in baseball. But this is a really good Wahlert team now, winners of 8 of their first 10 ball games.
Yeah, when I looked through at the numbers too, I thought, holy moly, that's a boatload of runs in that game early in the year, and yeah, they have moved on from that, and you can see that they're a very solid ball team, and you certainly with the pitching they have, they'll be in the mix of a lot of big games this year ahead.
The two coaches are going to get together here to exchange lineup cards. We're getting ready to start game 2. The umpires have now made their way back onto the field, but really we could talk a little bit about the amount of talent that is here in Eastern Iowa with Prairie. Don't you kind of get the sense with these rankings that, and nothing against Prairie, that very good ball club, but these rankings are going to be so fluid throughout the whole year when you got Prairie, Liberty, Kennedy, Cedar Falls, City. I mean, all these teams are so good. They're going to play each other. It's just going to, teams are going to be bouncing up and down. Yeah,
that's exactly right. Thinking of that, looking at the rankings earlier today, and I was thinking that same thing of like, ooh, man, there's a lot of knocking heads to go on here over the next, the next month or so, and then even in the western part of the state with those teams doing the same. So it'll sift its way out there as we get closer into the July and tournament start.
Well, and you've got Wahlert leading the way in 3A at the moment. Marion is ranked 3rd. Xavier is ranked number 8. Independence in the top 10. So a lot of good talent, and it's a lot of those traditional powers too.
Yeah. And one thing with Eastern Iowa always stays very strong in baseball. Mm-hmm. It's always well represented at the state tournament. It's not the CIML heavily dominated in 4A, and it doesn't matter. 3A, 4A, a lot of Eastern Iowa schools and even the smaller classes too represent very well.
Getting some of the lineups here for both teams. The Hawks now 10-0.
Batting 8, designated hitter number 24, Bennett Cook. Jaden Stump playing shortstop. Batting 9, second baseman number 22, Jeter Lewis.
Well, looks like we're going to have pretty similar lineup.
Little flexibility there. It looks like a few positions.
Sorry, trying to get those in real time. We don't have the lineup yet. So trying to listen to the PA announcer here at Prairie, but hopefully we took good notes there.
You're probably a better multitasker than I am. When I'm listening, I'm shut down of everything else. So.
But what a gorgeous night. Hey, this we were talking earlier, these facilities here at Prairie are just phenomenal. And they've made some nice upgrades to the dugouts. They get, some to the backstop here.
Yeah.
Just it's a big league feel.
It's very, very nice. It's over the years it's always been nice, but the upgrades that they've made has just made it into a beautiful setting for any spectator that comes out. And but for the kids that take the field, it's a great ballpark to play on. It's what you want. It's just it looks like a college ballpark.
I think we're getting set to take the field. Prairie gets together. We'll find out. We do know Wahlert's starting lineup. We can run down that lineup. Jacob Piero is leading it off at shortstop. Brandon Cummer is the designated hitter batting second. J.P. Elbert, the catcher, hitting third. Noah Kraffel at third base, cleaning things up. Hunter Hill in left field. Peyton Gedkin at first. Blake Schultz in right field. Josh Schlickman, the second baseman. And Gavin Reedy in center field. And Isaac Still is the starting pitcher for the Golden Eagles. Prairie taking the field. Their starting pitcher is going to be Maddox Mueller.
Yeah, it's amazing, both of these teams, the luxury they have with all the different arms they can run out there and not miss a beat. You see they move Stump from left field to shortstop this game. Be ready to start it off here in just a little bit.
Yeah, over at third base, got Wyatt Ebel. Shortstop, as you mentioned, Stump. Markson is over at first, and I believe that's
Jeter Lewis, I think.
Jeter Lewis moving over to second base.
Made that huge play there with that ball up the middle. And
as far as the outfield, we got Tierney in center. We got move McClintock over to left. And Johnny Evans out in right field.
Yep. Evans had a busy game, that game one, out right.
They got Perez. Perez behind the plate? Yeah.
Yep.
Perez. There we go.
All right.
Clear as mud, right?
Yeah.
We'll let you know when they come up to bat, right?
Right.
Now batting shortstop, number 11, Jacob Piero.
There's Jacob Piero. Maddox Mueller leading things off on the mound for the Hawks. Piero leading things off for Wahlert as we get set for game number 2.
Prairie really kept Piero in check in game one offensively. He'd been just absolutely on a tear at the start of the year, and 0 for 3 in game one. First pitch swinging there and fouls that first pitch off.
Next pitch missing. And the 1-1, strike to Piero. One-two from Mueller, just low.
Amazing thing too is, Morgan, that it'd be interesting to know of the kids that we've seen on the field tonight, how many spring games they played. Because we're looking at game 10 here basically, and that's had the feel of a pre-tournament game, and here it is, only the 10th game. You're a quarter into the season. It looked like they were battle tested, played 30-some games.
That's a great point.
But a lot of these kids have probably played 20 to 30 games this spring already.
Right.
depending on the weather. It wasn't the greatest spring at times, but they're looking more mid-season form than early for sure.
Great start for Wahlert. They get the leadoff walk by Jacob Piero, and it brings up Brandon Kummer. The pitch just missing, ball one. Game 2 of the doubleheader here from Prairie.
Kummer was 1 for 3 in game 1 with a double.
Pitch chopped foul. Mueller making his third start. He's thrown 11 2/3 innings. He's won both of his 2 starts, allowing 5 earned runs for an ERA at 3. The 1-1. Bounced, moving up to second base. Piero, he's in scoring position.
Boy, Prez did everything he could to keep that ball in front. It still squibbed away, but man, he gave it his best to smother it, and it still squibbed out from him. Gives Piero an opportunity to get to scoring position here early.
The 1-1. Lifted foul, left side, out of play. Prairie winning game 1, 1-0. Mueller is set and the pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3, Kummer down, 1 away here in the first.
Recognized that curveball, but saw it just a little too late. Had to try to fan at it, try to make contact, foul it off, but couldn't. Nice job there to get the out by Mueller.
Here's J.P. Elbert. Just missing for a ball. When you look at game 1, Wahlert had plenty of chances to score runs. It was 5 consecutive innings where they had a player or a runner in scoring position. 5 of the 7 innings.
Yep, just could not get that break.
And that was for a variety of reasons. 2 runners were picked off. But just not able to, like you said, the break, and couldn't come up with a big hit either.
Yep, no timely hits. Just did not work their way, but yeah, they had opportunities.
2 balls and no strikes. Elbert at the dish. And Mueller's pitch is taken low. And if you're Wahlert, you got another player out there at second. Boy, you really want to cash in here right in the first.
Yep, mentally get over that hurdle from the first game and see a run get on the board here and get your offense going and pick it up in game 2 and leave game 1 in the dust.
3 balls, no strikes. There's strike 1. Still good hitters count for Elbert, who's driven in 10 runs this year through 10 games. Thought it was ball 4. He takes strike 2. The 3-2 from the Prairie right-hander is taken low for ball 4.
Wow. Yeah, that 2 pitches there almost looked in the same spot. 1 strike, 1 ball, but give Elbert credit there for patient at bat, draws the walk. Courtesy runner, Schumacher coming back in, number 14. Running for Elbert, the catcher.
Yeah, this one's Brody. We saw 2 Schumachers run in that first game. Kraffel had a good game 1 at the plate. 2 of 3. 2 on, 1 out. Mueller's pitch nearly hit him. 1-0.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier Kraffel's a turning all-stater. Dubuque Wahlert going to give his team the lead here in game 2.
Mueller, a long look at second base. The pitch is swung on and fouled to the net. Mueller comes to the plate, swing, fouled away.
Tied him up a little bit there. Doesn't have the luxury of wearing all the major league body armor. Nothing on the foot, nothing on the shin. I don't know if he's got something on the elbow or not. I don't think so. Maybe just a sleeve.
Trying to come up with a base hit here and give Wahlert the lead. The pitch is taken low. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mueller, one of their captains, a senior right-handed pitcher, his 3rd start this year. The 2-2. Tapped softly toward the middle of the diamond, gloved at second. The ball gets away and rolls into center field. Wahlert scores their first run of the night and takes a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, one of those plays where you're probably best just to eat it, and became a tougher play than he wanted to be, and allows Wahlert to get on the board here.
So an error plates a run in this first.
Kraffel just getting the bat on the ball and giving his team a chance.
Here's a squeeze play. Pulls it back, going back to third is the runner Schumacher. Pulling out all the stops here to get a run in this, couple runs in this first.
Yep, deep up the middle here, ground ball. If they can avoid the double play, we'll get them a run. Anything with some bounce to it. Nothing on the line probably, but
the 0-1 taken away. 1 ball, 1 strike. And now we're going to have a meeting on the mound. Things a little shaky here for Prairie in this first. It's been 2 walks, an error, no hits. So far, at least, they have a hit on the scoreboard, but I don't think that last one was a hit. That'd go down as a fielder's choice, I think.
Yeah, I would have. That's how I had scored too.
Go with it, but and then the error allowed the run to score. As Lewis was trying to flip to second and get that force. And the ball caromed into center field. 1 ball, 1 strike. And 1 out, throw to first. It's gotten quite a bit cooler here,
it has.
John, in the last 5-10 minutes.
It has. Prairie's a little out of sync here so far. Everything was so crisp and the pace was so quick.
Ball low, and there's going to be no throw to second as Kraffel takes second base. So give him the stolen bag, and Wahlert to hit away here from taking a 2-3 run lead.
Getting the start they want here.
Hunter Hill, the batter. That's a wild one to the backstop. Schumacher comes home and scores. And Wahlert takes a 2-0 lead.
We've got one out, and we're at 25 pitches in the first inning here. That's just been a struggle so far for throwing strikes and pace of play here. Prairie's just got to wake her back up here. Infield's already coming in here in the first inning with a runner on third.
3-1 from Mueller. Swing and a miss. Mueller working quickly, fires, swing and a miss. So he gets the strikeout. What an interesting first. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, 2 runs allowed. And now Peyton Gedkin with Kraffel still at third base. Ball 1 inside. The pitch. That's a strike.
And whether he's intended to or not, the pace has changed a little bit. He's picked it up a little bit.
Yeah.
And just has thrown here the last 2 batters. His approach looks a little bit different, a little more confident. But still, yeah, you're at 30 pitches in the first inning, but it's early.
Two, 1, swing and a miss. 2-2.
Just trying to consistent here, just get control of pitch. Get some confidence going.
Swing and a miss, strike 3.
It's a good recovery there.
So a couple of runs, no hits. There was an error. There was a man left on base, and Wahlert gets on the board first, takes a 2-0 lead. We go to the bottom half, and Prairie coming up. Welcome back to Prairie, and Wahlert takes a 2-0 lead with a couple of runs in the top of the first inning. They hand it off to Isaac Stilley, the right-hander here in the bottom of the first inning. Stilley is off to a great start on the mound, the senior right-hander. Stilley making his 3rd start. He's won his first 2 starts, and he's allowed just 1 earned run in 10 innings of work. A lot of strikeouts, 14 in those 10 innings. So it's hard to top what Piero did in game 1 for Wahlert, but still he's going to give it a try.
Off to a good start, good numbers here, and big, tall, long frame out there on the hill.
Yeah, no doubt. Tate Tierney leads things off for the Hawks, and it's now 2-0.
Tierney did a nice game in game one of getting that hit in the 6th. Got to get things going for the Hawks. And
Three balls, no strikes. Ball 4, and Tierney is aboard here in the bottom of the first. Here's Mueller.
Now batting the pitcher, number 13, Maddox Mueller.
We know Mueller would love to help his team get on the board in the bottom of the first.
well, he swings a good bat. He's certainly capable of doing that.
Starting pitcher tonight, he allowed a couple of runs in that first. Tierney, an excellent base runner and base stealer, is taking his lead, and the 0-1 is outside. So 5 of 6 out of the zone to start this game.
Yep, got to corral him here, get the ball down, lower his target a little bit. Get it down in the zone. Tierney doing everything he can to distract him over there.
Bottom of the first in game number 2. Ball outside. Mueller takes high, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Yep. Probably one of those things they talked pregame or last practice about how much Prairie likes to run, and then they get a runner on, and you start thinking about, is he going to take off? And all of a sudden you're having a hard time finding the zone. 3-1.
Ball 4, so back-to-back walks to begin the bottom of the first. Brings up Colin McClintock.
Now batting left fielder number 10, Colin McClintock.
He scored the only run of game 1. Scoring on the Xavier Perez RBI double in the bottom of the 6th. 2 on, nobody out, Prairie down 2. Stilley's pitch down and away, a nice stop by the catcher Elbert. Tierney leads away from second, Mueller from first.
Yeah, he's just looking tight box here now, thinking of anything he can drive out to green hard. It's got to be a perfect pitch, perfect swing here, as he's having some control problems here right now.
Stilley steps off. Well, does not look like we'll have 2 what we call pitchers duels tonight.
Yeah, the second game to start's been both pitchers have had their challenges here throwing strikes. Ooh,
inside that hit him. Grazed McClintock, and the bases are now loaded.
Brings up Perez, who had the game winner in game 1 with that double to right center that scored McClintock.
Now batting catcher number 7, Xavier Perez.
Number 6, courtesy runner, 6.
Colt
Courtesy
Hobson.
runner, number 6, Colt Hobson.
So Hobson out to second. He joins Tierney at third, McClintock at first. Prairie has loaded the bases without a hit against Stilley, and it brings up Xavier Perez. Takes ball 1.
He's got that release point really high right now and just trying to bring everything way down. There you go.
There's a strike. The 1-1 to Perez. Catches the outside corner. 1-2. Tierney began this inning with a walk. He's at third base. The 1-2 offering is ripped right back behind home.
Yeah, when Perez commits and he gets that front foot planted, man, his backside's coming hard. He's takes a rip up there. He just Big muscles pull the small, and he really lets it go when he makes that commit to swing.
1-2. That hit him. Back-to-back hit by pitch. And Prairie gets a run without a hit, without a ball being hit in play. 2 walks, and 2 batters hit by a pitch. And it's now 2-1.
2-1, bases full, nobody out yet. It's time to regroup here. And
John Evans will get a chance to bat. There will be a courtesy runner over at first. There you see him, Kyler Pesic.
Now batting right fielder, Johnny Evans.
There's Johnny Evans, an athletic right fielder for the Hawks. And he taps this softly back to the mound. Stilly gloves, comes home and gets the force play there. So heads up play, forcing out Hobson. And that's out number 1. Big first out.
Now batting third baseman, number 21, Owen Marson.
And now Owen Markson, the batter. Bases still loaded. 1 out, 1 run in. Markson commits, swing and a miss. Isaac Stilley on the hill. Swing lifted high in the air to left. Hill coming in, battling the sun. That ball's going to drop. Drops in front of him in left field. 1 run scores. Everyone moves up 90 feet on a bloop single into left field.
ball was not struck real well, and it was just a dying quail out there. Nobody could get to it. Knocks in the second run of the game.
Number 23, Wyatt Ebel.
Hill was racing in, thought perhaps the shortstop Piero had a chance, but it fell in left field. Bases still loaded, 1 away. Wyatt Ebel, the batter, and he takes outside. So both teams score a crooked number in the first.
It's his best pitch of the inning right there.
Evens the count at 1.
He looked loose, fluid, throws a nice fastball in the outside part of the corner.
Next pitch, Ebel takes a strike at the knees.
Yep, 2 good pitches in a row there. That's nice to see for him. Just to battle back here for Stilley. Trying to work out of this jam.
The 1-2, up and in. Ebel backs out of the way. Bennett Cook is on deck. 2-2, the count, 1 gone in the first. Swing and a miss, and Stilley gets a big strikeout and records out number 2.
Out is right.
Now batting designated hitter number 24, Bennett Cook.
That was his best round there with his pitches and command and location, all of it. He looked good there. It's a big out here if they can get this third one and end up 2-2.
Huge at bat. Strike one from Stilley. Yeah, if you let Prairie get a couple more runs here, with their offense, it's going to be tough. Want to hold them here at 2. You kind of get the feeling that Prairie is going to swing the bats a little bit better here in game number 2 than they did in game 1.
I like here from Stilley, though, the ball's come down. He's getting it in the strike zone. He's been much more effective. But, yeah, you're right. You just don't want to let Prairie get that big lead on you because they're just going to keep swinging it all game long.
That's in the dirt. Not far enough away to allow Pesic to come home. Next pitch. High. And now a 3-1 count on Cook. Jeter Lewis is on deck. Fills the count at 3-2 with the fastball.
Here's our drama already in the bottom of the first. Nice pitch there to come back for that second strike. Runners moving on the pitch here with a full count, 2 outs.
The 3-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And how about that? Isaac Stilley minimizes the damage here in the first. So the teams trade a pair of runs, but both teams walk away wishing they got a whole lot more. 2-2 as we go to the second here in game number 2. On to the second. In game number 2, alongside John Harms, I'm Morgan Hawk. We thank you so much for tuning in, and a big thanks to Wallen Collision and Repair for bringing us high school baseball tonight on KCRG 9.2. Sharp contrast to game number 1, which saw just 1 total run and just a handful of hits overall. Things a little bit messier in that scorebook here in game number 2, John.
Yeah, this is a little more like your early season games, which you would kind of expect, and wouldn't be surprised either that we see things kind of settle down on that end too with both pitchers here as they go. Hopefully we'll have a little better command and try to work ahead of those hitters a little bit more.
Yeah, 4 runs combined, 4 walks combined, couple of hit batters in that first, a lot of traffic on the bases.
But both teams have to feel relatively good about the fact that it's a 2-2 ball game. It's even. It's not 4-0. Oh, that ball's hit hard, but
knocked down initially, but bobbled. Throw to first, and that's going to compound the problem. No further advancement by Schultz, and that'll be an E4 that allows Schultz to reach to start this second inning.
Yep, good hustle. Hit the ball sharply. Hustles down the line, and able to give the Golden Eagles a base runner here.
Schlickman at the dish as Mueller works out of the stretch. Bunt is popped up. Perez near the fence and unable to make the catch.
Great effort there. Ball bounces off the net. Good effort by Perez there to give chase.
Mueller's 0-1 comes to the plate and is a bit high, 1-1.
Schultz thought for a minute to challenge Perez, but made the wise decision to go back to first there.
Goes downstairs, misses, 2 balls and a strike. Prairie enters this one tonight, 10-0. Wahlert at 8-2. Runner is going. Bouncer back to the mound. Mueller looked at second, elects to go to first, gets the out there, and by putting the runner Schultz in motion, Wahlert avoids the double play.
Yep, Mueller made the right decision there. Checked the runner, but no play. Gets the easy out at first. Nice job by Wahlert there, like you said, to move that runner to put him in scoring position and avoid any lead runner out or double play ball.
Here's Gavin Reedy. He tripled to center field in game 1, and he rips this foul. They got a pretty good stick at the bottom of their order.
Yeah, they do. They just use that as another leadoff hitter at that 9 spot, and it's nice to have down there low in the order like that, and move it back to the top and have guys that can run and put the bat on the ball and get themselves on base for you.
Upstairs, yeah, Reedy came into tonight with a .467 on base percentage.
Yeah, it's a nice luxury to have a 9 hitter who can do those things for you.
Inside, and Reedy's just a sophomore as well. A lot of talent, a lot of young talent combined with old talent for Wahlert.
Yep. And they lost some terrific players from a year ago, so they've just continued to roll it over and stay solid and stay strong.
Reedy rolls it towards the shortstop. Stump fields. Long throw across is in time. 2 gone. Schultz went to third, but it gives Piero a chance to bat in an RBI chance.
Nice play, Stump there, making that play. Long throw to first, and gets a speedy runner for that second out.
Fastball inside. Piero started on the mound in game 1, was phenomenal. Tough loss for him. He allowed just 2 hits. Upstairs.
Nice hops there with Perez going up to get that ball, saving a run.
Yeah, you allow 2 hits in 6 innings. I like my chances. Just a tough loss.
Yeah, it really
for
was.
Wahlert in game 1.
Wow. Nice job behind the dish there. Yeah, he did everything he could possibly do in that game. He pitched outstanding, and just 2 big hits in the same inning. The only 2 hits of the game.
3 balls, no strikes. And Piero draws his second base on balls. So runners on the corners for Brandon Cummer.
Now batting designated hitter, number 12, Brandon Cummer.
Takes inside, good stop by Perez. It does bounce away far enough for Piero to take second base.
Yep, nice read by him. That ball kicked out. He just head down, going right into second. Gives his chance here, Cummer, to get a couple RBIs here for Wahlert. Nice base running. Great play by Perez. It just kicked off a little far for him.
Fisted to
Tough
left
play.
field, coming in. McClintock going out the shortstop stump, and he makes a diving catch near the line. An outstanding catch by Jaden Stumpf, who had to run a long ways. I believe he still caught it in fair territory, but holy smokes, what a catch. He prevents at least one run from scoring. We'll take a look at that again when we come back. Score stays 2-2. Jaden Stumpf made a terrific diving catch near the line to end the top of this inning. If that ball drops, that scores 2.
Yes, it does. That's a great point. Stumpf had an outstanding track season for the Prairie Hawks this year, and he just shows that athleticism and that ability to run, and he's made 2 outstanding diving catches tonight, one in left in game 1 and that one at shortstop, like you said there, to cut off 2 big probably runs there in that inning.
Yeah, he made a diving catch to end the game 1 in left field, so he's playing all over.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that was the game ender. But yeah, great speed, and man, he just go get it.
There's Jeter Lewis. Bottom of the second inning, tied up at 2 apiece. Jeter Lewis, right? That boy meant to play baseball.
That's right. Made that nice play up the middle in game 1 and got that first name. Making those kind of plays, that's how it should be.
You know, there wouldn't be a kid walking around Prairie High School named Jeter that does not play baseball, right? Pretty much destined to.
Yeah. And he's got, he's wearing 2. He's just wearing 2 of them.
There you go. 2 balls and a strike. Lines this to center, and it hangs up enough for Reedy to make the catch.
Nice play by Reedy there, coming to get that ball. Nice jump.
He's looking into a tough sun right now, too.
It is.
He's got the shades on.
That's why in that last inning with Stumpf, I don't think the left fielder could have gotten to it. The ball was dying with that wind, and Stumpf saved the day there with that diving catch.
Tate Tierney walked and scored in the first. Takes upstairs.
And still he's been able to keep that ball down, mid-thigh range, knee range. He's been really tough. Just has had difficulties at times tonight with his release point and the ball sailing at times, and giving some free bases here. But is starting to come around here a little bit.
1-2 the count. Tate in the first inning scored his team best 15th run scored. Takes inside. Swing and a miss.
Wow, nice pitch. You know, we saw those numbers at Stille, and they were very impressive, and now we're starting to get a glimpse of how he worked in those early games this season. He's starting to throw the ball much better here for Wahlert.
Here's Mueller. Lifts it to shallow left center, going out and making the catch, the shortstop, Piero. Great bounce back inning for Isaac Stille as he works a 1-2-3 inning. In fact, he has retired now 5 in a row. We go to the third, knotted up at 2 on KCRG 9.2. Game tied at 2. We move to the third. Both teams picked up their 2 runs in the first. Didn't need a lot of hits to do that. We've only had 1 combined hit between these 2 teams, but several walks, some hit batters resulted in runs in the first. But both pitchers have really settled down since that point.
They really have, and their demeanor just looks different too in those innings. So we'll see if they can both kind of keep it rolling here and keep building on that. And they both have looked way more comfortable here as of late.
J.P. Elbert leads off for the Wahlert Catholic Golden Eagles. And he rolls this toward the middle. It's gloved near the second base bag. Picked up by Jeter Lewis, and he throws out Elbert 1 away.
Tough play going up the middle. Base runners moving right down the line and still strong enough throw to get the out. Nice job.
Brings up Noah Kraffel, the third baseman. Kind of get into this part of the year, and the schools are getting out of session, and just a fun time of year. The transition to really all baseball, right? Once school gets out.
It's a big deal because honestly, it's difficult for those seniors. They're so focused on graduation and what's coming next, and you're just trying to get people through that that period of post-graduation, and then school gets out, and then everybody's out, and you're
stumped from a knee, then throws to
play.
First. Good arm, but does not get an out as the ball got knocked loose. Kraft was on at first.
And it seems like you just see those seniors relax and start to play better. Their graduation's done, parties are done, and then it's just baseball. You're not in school, and you're not leaving class to go play. You know, it just, and I know the coaches are happy when all that just kind of falls into place when school's done and it's nothing but baseball. It's unique with having the summer season. I think it's still great. Your weather's great, and it's the way to do it.
Yeah, we could be sitting out here in 35-degree weather in mid-March.
Yeah, that's rough conditions.
Upstairs, runners going, a late break, throw to second. He's going to be out at second. No, he's safe, I guess.
Yeah, and one of those swim moves again. Yep. Throw got there in time, but I think he was able to avoid it. Yeah, I think back to those college days of playing in brutally cold weather, and it was not fun. And that's eons ago, and I still remember how cold it was. Nice pitch.
Two balls and a strike. Mueller to Hunter Hill. Strike 2.
We played one year. We were playing Northwestern. Joe Girardi was the catcher for Northwestern, and it was snowing. And I just remember being in the outfield and center field and looking up at the white sky, and yeah, it was cold. But Joe Girardi was the catcher for the Wildcats that day.
Ground ball, 2-2. Jeter Lewis, another backhand jump throw to first, and that ball skips past first toward the Prairie dugout. A run scores and make it 3-2, Wahlert Catholic.
Boy, they're sure testing Jeter on that the ball up the middle. He's had a lot of action there tonight. Those are tough plays of going to his right, having to throw back across his body as he's moving away from first, and those are tough plays.
How would you score that?
I did go E on it just with a throw, but without being able to really see clearly there if he would have possibly beat that out too.
I think it's an error as well. I was trying to figure out how they put up 2 errors on the scoreboard. Here's from the shortstop stuff. He goes to third, and he gets Hill there. Nice heads-up play there by Jaden Stump.
Yeah, he just followed the path of the ball. Coach Tischer's not happy there with that base running mistake. Ball right in front of him and short. Should have checked up on it, but didn't. Leads to the second out for Prairie. They'll take it.
Now Blake Schultz. And there's a strike.
Yeah, Mueller's starting to hit a little bit of a groove too.
Yes.
Yep. Much better command. Both pitchers have looked more relaxed. And they're doing a better job of getting ahead of the hitters.
Down and away. Two and two on Blake Schultz. Outside, now traveling time for Getkin at first. He will be on the move on this 3-2. Payoff pitch, swung on and missed. Strike 3.
Big curveball to end the inning.
Wahlert gets a run.
Strikeout ends the inning. For Wahlert, 1 run on no hits and 2 errors.
No errors, an error, and a man left on base. We go to the bottom of the third, 3-2, Wahlert over Prairie. Welcome back to Prairie, moving along to the bottom of the third. Wahlert picked up a run in the top of the inning and takes a 3-2 lead. Colin McClintock will lead things off for the Hawks here in the bottom of the third inning.
3-4-5 here for the Prairie Hawks. Meet of their order here. Some good hitters coming up and need to get some base runners on, but still he's done a nice job here of regrouping after that first inning.
He sure has. McClintock takes a strike.
Yeah, everybody on from the pitcher mound to center to the left side. They got to fight a little sun here right now.
Rolled to the right side. Gobbled up by Schlickman. Whoa. Wide throw.
Yes.
They say that Gedkin held his foot on the bag as McClintock then jumped over Gedkin at first. Luckily, everybody okay.
Yeah.
There is one out.
Nobody happier than Schlickman right now with that save by Gedkin at first base. So the nice rolling catch, and McClintock looked like the running the 110 highs there at the end.
I'm going to say Gedkin, the first baseman, is pretty happy too. He didn't get landed on or stepped on.
No cleat marks in the middle of his back.
One away in the third for Xavier Perez. Isaac Stilley, the right-hander, delivers to Perez for a strike. up and out of the zone. Still he sits another one down. 7 in a row.
Yeah.
Now batting number 9, right fielder Johnny Evans.
Here's Johnny Evans. It was about as rough of a start as a pitcher can have, as Tilley went walk, and then he hit consecutive batters. But he has really settled in since that first. Rolled to third, backhanded by Kraffel.
Wow.
Throw to first in time. Isaac Stilley getting in a groove here at Prairie. Quick inning. We are through 3, and the Golden Eagles lead by 1.
No errors. After 3.
A 4th inning here tonight at Prairie High School. 3-2, Wahlert leads. Picked up a run in the 3rd inning thanks to some defensive miscues. Prairie hasn't been all that sharp here in this one defensively, but Maddox Mueller is really settling in on the mound. A little better command than he had in that first.
Yep, both pitchers have done a nice job of rebounding after that rough start, and we got a tight ball game here going into the 4th.
Josh Schlickman leading things off for the Golden Eagles. These two teams both ranked number 1 in their respective class by the Iowa High School Baseball Coaches Association, with their new rankings coming out this week. Prairie number 1 in Class 4A. Wahlert number 1 in Class 3A. It's unfortunate these two teams won't play again this year.
Yep. And like I said, it's probably going to have this doubleheader tonight may go a long ways in who wins the division. It's too bad it's really early in the year, but not much you can do about that. A lot of ball games left for both. A lot of good teams for both of them to play. So.
Both these teams expect to make deep runs once July gets here, and hopefully advance to the state tournament. Both the 3A, 4A tournaments will be held in Cedar Rapids Veterans Memorial Stadium, home of the Cedar Rapids Colonels. 2-2, strike 3 call. So Schlickman down to begin the 4th.
Yeah, both teams are, that comes to fruition. They qualify for state tournament. Their Prairie Hawks are right here in town. Dubuque just down 151 a little ways, and nobody makes a long trek out to Sioux City. However, that ballpark out, Lewis and Clark Ballpark out in Sioux City, looks like a nice ballpark, but so where the Colonels' home too is very nice.
And the smaller schools, 2A, 1A, will be playing in Carroll. And we're looking forward to broadcasting state high school baseball here on KCRG 9.2. So KCRG 9.2 is your home for all state baseball coverage, which that's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that.
Do a great job with that coverage, and yeah, what a great thing for the town here to have fans come in, and our crew gets to take that on.
Two lifted to center field. Tierney camps out underneath and makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. Coming up is also state soccer on KCRG 9.2. Check out kcrg.com/9.2 for all the upcoming events. There's a pitch outside. 1 ball, no strikes on Jacob Piero.
Third time through here for Piero in game 2. 2 walks so far here in this ball game.
The 1-1 from Maddox Mueller is in for a strike.
Yeah, 9.2's got a lot going on, from high school state coverage to Major League Baseball to, yeah, state soccer, state baseball eventually, so staying busy.
Piero rolls it to second. Jeter Lewis down on it, throws to first in time. He has been busy tonight, and Lewis makes a good play there to end the top of the 4th. Maddox Mueller settling in halfway through the 4th. Wahlert with a 3-2 lead. The big thanks to Walton Collision and Repair for high school baseball on KCRG 9.2. Wahlert leads Prairie. Going to the bottom of the 4th inning, Markson will lead things off, followed by Ebel and Cook. Against right-hander Isaac Stilley, who has really settled in. He's retired 8 in a row since a rocky first inning. Here's Markson. Markson has Prairie's only hit. RBI single back in the 1st. Actually, the only hit of the game.
Yeah, you know,
hard to believe.
As soon as you said that, I was going to my book like, I think it's the only, and it is.
What a weird line score so far. 5 runs combined, 1 hit combined. It's just odd. Ground ball to first. Flip to first in time, 1 away. That's what walks will do to you, right?
Yep. Despite some of that oddness, there's been little things like we've seen several of these tonight, ground balls first, high school kids, and they're drilling. I mean, that pitcher is over there to the bag, and you can tell little things that both teams work on that make them so successful.
Right.
And nobody's watching. They know where to be, and you can see why they're successful, because those little things that they work on, they're doing them.
That's a great observation. They're really disciplined teams.
Yep. Because you'll see a lot of games where that pitcher is just for a split second is pausing, watching. Oh, I got to get over. And there's been no hesitation. Any of these balls tonight, both teams, those guys are over there. And they're just the whole team moves in unison for wherever the ball's hit.
And that comes with, winning and building a culture, and you start to do those things, and it just, in a good way, begins to spiral, right?
Yep. They just get hungry for more, and then you can just keep building on what you're teaching and showing, and they start to ask more questions of things that they want to know, and you get former players that come back and talk about their experiences if they're playing collegiately, and it just starts to grow, and it's. You mentioned that run that Prairie's had here over the years, and it shows. And Wahlert's had a lot of success in a lot of sports here lately too. So both teams are well coached, and they get everything out of their kids that they can get.
Yeah, it's hard to find really 2 programs that have had more success in high school baseball in a 5-year period than these 2 teams.
Yeah.
They both have over 30 wins in 4 of the last 5 years. Wahlert's been to the semifinals or better for 4 out of 5 years.
Yeah, that's honestly, that's incredible. That's an incredible run there, because you're losing quality kids. You look at last year and you saw all-staters that they lost, and they're maintaining it. And that's, in a 5-year period that happens, and they're not missing a beat. So that's very impressive, and good for their youth programs that are keeping that alive, and kids are excited about playing.
Wahlert's head coach Corey Tusher, who's been here a while.
Ooh,
this is a drill toward left center, but it's going to hang up and go into an E as A center fielder Reedy, and he makes the catch to retire Cook. Was going to say Wahlert's head coach Tusher won his 300th game last year. So they're building a terrific program here at both of these schools. We go to the 5th inning. Wahlert leading 3-2 over Prairie. Brandon Coomer fouls it away, right side. As we go to the 5th inning, the home team, Prairie Hawks, trailing Wahlert 3-2. Both teams picked up 2 runs right away in the first, and then Wahlert added a run in the third. Run scoring in the first. Run coming home on an error and then also on a wild pitch. And then Prairie picking up 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning. A hit by pitch with the bases loaded, and then an RBI single by Owen Markson. And then in the third, another error by the Prairie defense allowed a Wahlert run to score. 2-2. Bounced up the right side. Top of inning number 5. We're in game number 2 of this doubleheader. Rolled to the second baseman, Jeter Lewis, who's been very busy tonight. He makes the play, 1 gun here in the 5th inning. Brings up Elbert.
Now batting catcher, number 1, J.P. Elbert.
Mueller comes home to Elbert. Fires in a first pitch fastball, strike 1. Elbert walked, scored, and he's also grounded out to second base. One ball and 1 strike on Elbert, and the pitch is chopped foul to third. Comer started this inning with a ground out to second. Here's the 1-2, rolled to first base. Markson steps on the bag, beating a hustling Elbert. 2 up, 2 gone.
Yeah, it's just crazy how this, take away that first inning, this game has really scooted along.
Now batting third baseman, number 21.
And both pitchers have just really gotten things under control here impressively. Give them credit, because it was a shaky start.
Takes away, ball 1. You see some of that tough sun on the camera there. That's what half the players are looking into. It tries to dip below.
It's getting there.
The horizon, yeah. 2-0 from Mueller. Inside, 3-0. Hunter Hill waits on deck. Xavier Perez goes out and chats with Mueller, who's retired 6 in a row. But he's fallen behind here, 3-0. Working quickly, coming right back with the 3-1. That's ball 4. So Kraffel, a 2-out walk. Now Hunter Hill. And here comes head coach James Nelson. So He's at like
Yeah, 99.
That might spell the end of the night. Just throwing a lot of pitches. It took him a while to get out of that first.
Yeah, we are going to change here. Now we'll see who goes where. But nice
Musical
job by
chairs, right?
Nice job by Mueller there of getting through that first inning and really settled in. And I think once he lost that last hitter there, and time to make a change.
So they're going to bring in, I think, Julius Edwards to pitch.
Saw Stump leaving the game, I believe, so I don't know if that means Mueller's going, or if we've got a glove change here. Maybe Stump's going back to the outfield, but
well, it looks like the outfield might stay unchanged.
Yep.
I think Stump might be out of this game, and then they'll move Mueller over to short.
Prairie Hawks, number 25, Julius Edward.
So Julius Edward coming on here in this 5th inning with 2 outs. He'll face Hunter Hill. Edwards, a junior right-hander. Edwards is making his 4th appearance. He has started 2 games, and he's recorded a win in every appearance this year. 8 1/3 innings, 2 earned runs, 7 hits, 13 strikeouts. So he's been solid.
A little different, a little more 3/4 to a little sidearm at times, looks like, coming across the body here. So, and looks like he's got some good velocity. So we'll get to watch him work here a little bit tonight.
Now batting left fielder, number 17, Hunter Hill.
So here's Hunter Hill. So Mueller exits after 4 2/3. They keep Mueller in the game. He goes from the mound to shortstop. You want to keep him in for his bat.
Yep.
As he would be due up 3rd next inning. Swing and a miss. Yeah, that's a tough arm slot to pick up from Julius Edwards.
Yeah, he's coming across the body. I bet he's tough on those righty hitters for sure, because he's got some length to him and gets out there and slings it across the body.
Ball, it's tough on the catcher picking that up as Perez had it bounce off his mitt. Kraffel moves to second base. No balls, 2 strikes on Hill. Yeah, and you're kind of at that time of night where balls a little tough to pick up.
Yep, you're right. It's for everybody a little bit. It's a little, lights haven't fully taken their full effect, and you've just got enough daylight left that it's kind of that in-between phase for sure.
1-2 from Edwards is lifted down the right side and foul. Markson gave it a good effort.
Sure did. I thought he might come up with it. He was off to the races tearing down there.
Big run out there at second. Noah Kraffel. Edwards fires, swing and a miss, strike 3. So he comes in, gets the strikeout, strands a runner at second base. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Wahlert still leading 3-2. On to the bottom of the 5th inning. Jeter Lewis leads off for the Prairie Hawks. They trail by 1. Getting into the later innings as they face Isaac Stille, bouncer on the first pitch toward the middle of the diamond. Backhanded by the second baseman Schlickman. Throw to first, not in time. Infield single, Jeter Lewis to start the bottom of the fifth.
Great hustle down the line there. Nice play, too, at second with Schlickman, but Lewis beats it out. Prairie was a little enthused here coming out of that at-bat. Their dugout had a lot of life, and now they've got a leadoff runner at first and back to the top of the order.
And here's where Prairie typically does some damage. Tierney, Mueller, McClintock, Perez. It's as good of a 1 through 4 as you'll see in the entire state. Maybe the
correct.
best.
Yeah, I would certainly agree with that.
Tilly fires. Tierney squared around, pulled it back. So that infield single snaps a streak of Stille retiring batters. He had retired 10 in a row.
Wow, yep.
Sorry, 11 in a row.
Wow, yep. That's right. It was 8, and then that was the for last inning you had said 8, so holy cow.
Yeah, 11 in a row going back to the first inning. And it was as the first 4 batters of this game all reached.
Yeah, yep.
2-0 on Tierney, throw to first.
And that was with what, walks and
2 walks, 2 hit batters.
Yeah, right.
And they've got Lewis on at first with an infield single. The home team Hawks trailing by 1. Tate Tierney at the dish. 2-0. Up and in, nearly hit him. 3-0. 60 pitches from Stille.
And he had about half of that in the first inning, I think.
Yes. Tierney takes a strike.
Yeah, he had an even 30 in the first inning. So he really, as you mentioned, mowing down 11 in a row there. That did it on a lot of few pitches there.
(3-1). He squares, takes ball 4 in the dirt. Ball does bounce away. Two on, nobody out in the 5th. And Maddox Mueller, the batter, and that's going to be Mueller facing a new pitcher, I believe.
Now batting, pitcher number 13, Maddox Mueller.
Stille will exit after 4+. And hand it off to the new pitcher, Brandon Kummer.
Yep.
So he comes in a tough spot with 2 on, nobody out. And he gets to face Maddox Mueller, who, oh, by the way, leads Class 4A and runs batted in.
Yeah, I was just, I go 2, 3, 4, and like you said, you get a one of the top hitters in the state. And it doesn't matter because you've got this next group of hitters. You're going to have your best stuff here.
Now pitching for Wahlert, number 12, Brandon Kummer.
So Wahlert is back in action tomorrow as they host Marquette Catholic in a single game and then host City High of Iowa City coming up on June the 5th. Prairie off tomorrow. They're at Davenport Assumption on Wednesday night for a single game. Wrap up the week on Friday night for a doubleheader at Waterloo West. So here's Mueller facing Kummer, the left-hander. Lewis at second, Tierney at first. And Mueller squares, lays it down. Gloved by the first baseman. Gedkin throws to first, gets out number 1.
They were determined, Morgan, to get him some bunt work. They tried that, and this time he's able to get it down for him and moves the runners.
So now runners at second and third. Colin McClintock is the batter. Wahlert playing the infield back.
Yeah.
Pitch to McClintock is in for strike 1.
Yep, any chopping ground ball here, they're going to get a run from third.
Comer making his 4th appearance, all in relief. The 0-1 to McClintock, up and out of the zone. One ball, 1 strike. The pitch popped up behind home. Elbert, the mask off, now goes to the right side. It drifts out of play.
Boy, that's a tough pitch to get the bat on. I was surprised he even got a piece of that.
One ball and 2 strikes on McClintock. Fouled straight back. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3.
Wow, what a big pitch at a big time there. Nice job by Comer coming in and getting
Now batting catcher, number 7, Xavier.
big hitters here. 2, 3, 4. Got another one with Perez here coming up.
They're going to walk him.
Yep. Nice play there. Load the bases up. Try to get the force here. Get out of the inning. Any way they can step on a base here.
Right fielder, number 9, Johnny Evans.
Courtesy runner for Perez. Catcher.
Some interesting thought process there because it loads the bases with that intentional walk. But you're almost saying, well, I'd rather potentially walk in the tying run than give up a hit and then no longer have, and then be losing.
Yeah.
If there was a 2-run single by Prairie. So, but you're definitely, you're taking the bat out of the hand of Perez.
Yeah. Yep. You just
And you're okay facing Evans with the bases loaded. But there's ball 1.
ball 1, and yeah, you just it just adds a little pressure on Comer's plate for sure.
It does.
And it's exactly the point you had made. That understand why.
There's 1-0. Upstairs, ball 2. And boy, if you're Evans, you can be pretty patient here, I would think.
Yep, you're thinking nothing but best pitch, best swing here. You're looking in a pretty small box of the pitch you want to hit. Anything else you're letting go. You got a 2-0 advantage here, and he's going to see, he's just looking for best pitch here to get off his best swing, nothing else.
2-0, there's a strike, 2-1.
Still ahead.
Bases full of Prairie Hawks. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. Comer on in relief. And now the 2-1 in the dirt, ball 3, and we're another one out of the zone from a tie game.
Yeah. Yep. Well, that box I talked about 2 pitches ago got a lot smaller here.
No doubt. The 3-1. There's ball 4, and we are knotted up. So they elected to intentionally walk a Xavier Perez that loaded the bases, and then an unintentional walk of John Evans ties the game. Third walk this inning, and they're still loaded for Owen Markson.
He's got a hit at his first at bat tonight, so yeah, it doesn't get any easier, that's for sure.
Did he offer? Yes. Strike one. Said he swung. No batter ever thinks they did.
No.
There's the 0-1. Outside, 1-1.
He's really working on throwing that curveball here. He's been really relying on that here since he's come in.
Bases still loaded, bottom of the fifth inning. Markson skies it to left field. Long run coming in. Hill still coming. Did he hang on in left? He did. As he tumbles to the ground in left field. And Hill with a terrific catch to end this fifth. One run on a hit. There were 3 walks. They leave them loaded, and after 5, we settled nothing. We're tied at 3, headed to the 6th on KCRG 9.2. On to the 6th inning tonight here at Prairie High School. And Getkin leads things off for the Golden Eagles.
Give a shout out, Morgan. My daughter had just texted. She's listening, watching us in the Chicago area on her via computer.
All right.
I think my wife's watching it too. She must have just gotten home, so
Great
good to know.
Ouch.
Wow.
Well, hold on a minute. Getkin got hit.
Yep.
Umpire is saying he's not going to be allowed first.
Must have had his arms over the plate, over the strike zone, and gets hit by the guard and saying he's too far over the zone, so he calls it a strike, which you don't see a lot, but that's the that would be the call.
So Gedkin, Schultz, and Schlickman here in this inning. Take a look at the replay here.
Can't tell quite there. Certainly got him on his guard, but he had to. Umpire ruled that he had his arms over the strike zone, gives him the strike. So instead of a runner on first, now it's an 0-2 count.
No balls, 2 strikes. Up and that's ball 1.
Yep. Yeah, Edwards is letting her go right now.
He is. Next pitch. Ow!
That one's no doubt. Oh, boy.
That made a loud noise.
He's got that shield on, and he, I'm sure he still felt that. Now we got pinch runner coming in for Gedkin. So he gets hit twice in that bat and gets awarded base once. And I bet he's glad he had that shield on because, as you said, the way that sounded, there's some velocity on that, and that would have stung.
Yeah, the Brody. This is where things get so confusing because Brody Schumacher is run in 2 different spots.
Yeah. As a courtesy runner. Now he's entered the game as a pinch runner, so this is one of his substitutions. So I believe, though, that takes him out of that role as courtesy runner because he's entered here. But, yeah, it's a scorecard delight.
That's a bunt back to the net and foul. 0-1.
So when you get to the girls' softball with that designated player and the flex and all these different things you can do with it, which I think is great. It's a great rule, but it's
Right.
and you get even more bodies involved and people coming and going, and baseball stays pretty clean and true to the original product here.
Squaring to bunt,
Boy,
gets it down.
that's a tough bunt. Wow, what a play.
Got him out at first.
Yep. Nice job to get the bunt down, and a great play by Edwards to get the out.
Here's Schlickman.
Got his job done, got the runner to second, scoring position here.
Now batting second baseman number 3, Josh Schlickman.
Fastball and strike on Schlickman. Julian Edwards on in relief for Prairie. Upstairs.
Be nice to have a true angle of visual on Edwards to see how much his ball moves. He just looks like he's got a little bit of movement on that too. That's can run it in up on those right-hand hitters and run it away from him as well. It's too hard to tell from our angle.
1-1.
There's a nice example right there.
Right side, picked up and flipped to second. Jeter flipped from second to first. Jeter Lewis over to Marks in 2 away. Meanwhile, Schumacher goes to third, and it brings up Gavin Reddy. We'll try to come up with a 2-out hit to give Wahlert the lead back. It's tied at 3 here in the top of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Edwards on in relief after Maddox Mueller had an interesting line. 4 2/3. 3 runs scored while he was in, but he allowed no hits. He walked 4 and he struck out 5.
Yeah, and what did we say, 30 pitches? And
yeah,
both pitchers threw about 30 pitches in that first inning, and after that they both settled in nicely. But Edwards has come in here and done a nice job too for the Hawks.
1-1 to Reddy, just missing low, and it's now 2-1 on Reddy. Amazingly, Wahlert's still looking for their first hit this game.
It is amazing.
2-1. There's a strike, belt high, evens the count. I don't know how you hit this guy, to be honest, with that arm action.
Yeah,
it's tough to pick up.
It is, and he is letting her rip.
Gets ready for the 3rd out here in the 6th. On to the bottom half. Big thanks to Wallen Collision and Repair. We're tied at 3 here at Prairie. On to the bottom of the 6th inning. Some substitutions. Looks like Wahlert has got a new right fielder. That's Quinn Flanagan.
Is that right?
I believe so.
Yep, Schultz was out there.
And then, so Flanagan will come in and bat in the
6th spot. No, 7th spot.
7th spot, and then we're going to have a pinch hitter for Prairie to start the bottom of the 6th. It's going to be
attention now, batting for the Prairie Hawks, number 27,
Clayton Stevens will bat here for Wyatt Ebel. Still facing Brandon Cummer. Tie game, bottom of the 6th inning from Prairie. And a game scheduled for 7 innings. So it'll be Stevens, Cook, and then Lewis scheduled to bat. Comer delivers upstairs. Stevens has just 4 at-bats this year. He's 1 for 4. One of those, or the only hit, a double. Takes a strike, evens the count at 1-1. Comer's pitch home. Strike 2. The 1-2, pop foul, back out of play.
Feels more like a late season matchup here than it does, as we talked about earlier, than a early season game. That's for sure between these two good teams. Wow, what a nice pitch there.
Gets Stevens swinging. 1 away in the 6th. Brings up Bennett Cook.
Runs that breaking ball in on the hands and just ties him up and gets that first out here.
We've seen 2 very good games. This game 1 tonight, Prairie wins it 1-0. But it was in the bottom of the 6th, where we are here, that Prairie broke the tie and picked up the go-ahead run. Looking to do the same here in game 2. Cook takes a strike. Left-hander Comer, the kick, the pitch, and he hits Bennett Cook. Jeter Lewis will bat.
Yep, infield single last time up, number 9 hitter here, and you've got good hitters on deck and behind him.
Cook might be lifted. So Cook will be lifted. Maybe trying to get it figured out.
Yep. Use cannot tell. Here we go.
So a new runner at first.
Courtesy running for the Prairie Hawks, number 6, Cole Hobson.
Be Hobson. Hobson ran earlier tonight as well. So Hobson will courtesy run or pinch run, one of the two.
Yeah, well, we got a runner. We know that.
There's a ball outside to Jeter Lewis. Can he courtesy run for the DH?
No.
I wouldn't think so.
No, it'd be an entry here again of, if he has been a courtesy runner earlier, now he's entered the game, just like Wahlert's last situation there. But yeah, it's taking that lineup card and scratching people off and
throw it out
who's
the
done
window,
what,
right?
and
1 ball, 1 strike. And he steps on. So Hobson, the runner at first. Jeter Lewis at the plate. It's a 3-3 game in the 6th inning. Loop towards center and into right center, a base hit. Hobson to third, will be held there, and a really good piece of hitting by Jeter Lewis. Poked it into center field, and Prairie threatening in the 6th inning.
It's so right, Morgan. There he reads that breaking ball, and he just throws his hands to the ball and barrels it up and gets a nice base hit out into right center. Prairie's got something cooking here with 1 out, runners in 1st and 3rd, and at the top of the order. You just don't have room for any of these guys.
And they're all really hard to double up. They've got speed. They've got, so if you're looking for that inning-ending double play, it's not likely. And Wahlert looks like they're going to talk a little strategy here, because you've also got Tierney, who doesn't strike out often. Struck out earlier this game, but it doesn't happen often. The odds of it happening twice in one game are very slim.
I don't know, too, in these situations what they've done, squeeze situations, safety squeeze, whatever, but you at your top, it's what we talked about earlier. These guys that swing the bat so effectively that you may not want to make them uncomfortable with something that they don't do a lot, and just let them be free and easy up there and swing the bat.
I think that's what you do here, especially with 1 out. I feel like Tierney's got good enough speed. It's going to take a pretty good play to double him up. And you let this guy swing away. That's me.
I agree with you totally, just with it's their comfort zone right now, and probably the coach's comfort zone too, to be honest, of senior who's done a lot for you with a bat.
You've got Hobson at 3rd. Tierney takes strike 1. And it helps, too, that you've got Maddox Mueller standing on deck.
And beyond that, there's a lot. Wallert's double play depth up the middle, though. Again, a chopping ground ball up the middle is going to get you a go-ahead run.
There's a roller towards short. This could be 2. That's exactly what you needed. Throw back to first base is in time. Prairie saying his foot might have been off the base at first. It's not going to matter. They do get the inning-ending double play. John, that was about the perfect placement for that ball. Leading the shortstop to the bag. And that does it in the 6th. Prairie turned away. We go to the 7th, tied at 3. On to the 7th inning tonight here at Prairie. We're tied at 3. Wahlert needed a double play to end the 6th. They got it. And, it was kind of tailor-made. Exactly what they needed. They got it. And doubled up Tate Tierney to end the 6th.
And the guy that made the play gets to lead the inning off here in Piero. I did want to say, Morgan, we worked a game here last year, and tonight this is a great baseball atmosphere. It's fun. They just do a nice job. It's a great environment, and people are into it, and they just do a nice job of making this a nice baseball venue to see games and a good product.
Really good crowd. It's been fun, too. There's, if you've ever been out to this complex, there's, this whole road really is just baseball and softball diamonds. Anywhere from, 7-year-old to senior in high school, they all play in this general area.
On this campus.
Yeah, and so it's fun, too, as some of those games are ending, some of the youngsters making their way to watch the high school game, and that's cool to see, too.
1985, my wife's first teaching job was out here. So when we came out here, this place has changed so dramatically, but they always had that vision of this campus and all those potential buildings and athletic fields. And now here we are many, many years later of seeing that, and it's very impressive.
2-2 on Piero, beginning the 7th inning. Takes up and in. Piero's already drawn 2 walks tonight.
But this is the guy they'd want to get on if they can here. It's a big pitch here, full count.
There it is.
Wow.
Ball 4.
Nice player there of you know, he's got all their offensive categories and big situation, but yet he doesn't get too anxious with anything and earns himself a free pass to first here with Comer up now.
Now, would he lay down a bunt?
That or else they're sending Pirro. Yeah,
a little bit
slipped.
of both.
Yeah, he slipped.
Pirro off of first, and he dives back in.
Good throw might have had him, and a heck of a catch there to keep him from maybe ending up on second or even third. Nice play by Markson.
No balls and a strike on.
He certainly was leaning there.
See if Comer squares. Looks like he's going to. He does. Pirro's running. Bunt is back to the mound. It's bobbled and throw to first base in time. Pirro trying to go to third. He's safe at third base. Heads up base running by the sophomore Jacob Pirro. As the throw went to first base, Pirro did not stop, and he realized that he could beat the third baseman back to the base.
Yep, heads up. Great wheels there, though. He, as soon as he saw that ball get bobbled, and third baseman had to commit to pick it up to get the out, and he was motoring. He didn't stop, and gives him that go-ahead run now 90 feet away with one down here in the seventh.
Now you got J.P. Elbert, and Prairie brings the infield in. And the pitch, Elbert takes out of the zone, ball one.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see even if but they're willing to take a chance here, even though you've got 3-4 coming up here, but you got that go-ahead run 90 feet away against a guy who's throwing it pretty well. I don't know if they do a little angle down even with that infield in here. If take that chance, I guess it'd all be a read if it's a weak or hard hit here. But Pirro can run too.
Ball low, 2 balls, 1 strike. Pirro is at third. The pitch. Gets the strike.
Yep.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
All right, we're getting some of our 7th inning drama here.
Fisted out of play.
Nice job staying alive there.
Game tied at 3, 7th inning. Wow. Elbert takes outside, fills the count at 3-2.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to get beat outside here. He's going to anything in. He's looking to fight off, fall off, and just not get beat on that outside corner and dig in and get up on that line and try to put it in play.
Ball 4 downstairs.
Impressive at bat.
So now Noah Kraffel, the third baseman. The walk allows Prairie to move at least their middle infielders back. Cornermen are still going to play right around even at the bag. If they get it hit at them, they're probably going to try to nail the runner Pirro at third, but he's speedy.
Yep. Well, the Hawks worked their way out of an inning jam last inning like this with a double play ball, and here we go.
They've done this before, right? So here's Kraffel at the dish. He squares, lays it down, right
bunt.
side. It will score a run.
Wow, what a
Throw to
bunt.
first in time. Wahlert takes the lead on the squeeze bunt. Kraffel gets it down. Pirro scores. Wahlert back in front at 4-3.
Yeah, you couldn't have done that any better. That's a beautiful bunt there. Just no chance to get Pirro. That's
And we're going to have a runner for
here's our bunt right here in our replay. Yep, Hero, nice job there. He sees that ball down, and he is motoring home, and Craftful with just beautiful bunt. Beautiful squeeze play there.
Up and in on Hill as Hayden is out running at second base for the catcher, Ilbert. 4-3, Wahlert has taken the lead in the 7th inning. On a bunt by Noah Craftful, scoring Jacob Piero. And a strike evens it up at 1-1. Hunter Hill trying to drive in a big insurance run, standing out there at second base.
You bet. They'd really like to knock that one in here and make it a 2-run game.
Well, you know who's coming up in the bottom of this inning. 2, 3, and 4 for Prairie. He'll take all the runs you can get.
Yeah, there won't be anybody feeling relaxed, and we can see what happens.
Hill calls time, 2 balls and a strike. The 2-1 from Edwards. Swing lifted towards center. It's deep. On the run, going Tierney. Still going near the wall. He makes the catch.
That is a heck of a running grab. He ran a long ways to track that down.
Tate Tierney showing off his speed. He makes the catch in deep right center with that wind pushing it even further away from him as well. Wahlert settles for the 1. They go to the bottom of the 7th inning, leading 4-3 over the Prairie Hawks. Welcome back. Bottom of the 7th inning we go. Wahlert scores a run in the top of the 7th inning to take a 4-3 lead. And last chance for Prairie. But they have 2, 3, and 4. Due up, Mueller, McClintock, and Perez. They're going to face Brandon Cummer, who's been on in relief since the 5th inning. He's recorded 6 outs. So away we go. Wahlert leading by a run. And a first pitch low to Maddox Mueller. Again, Prairie unbeaten at 10-0. Wahlert 8-2. Both teams number 1 in their respective class in the state of Iowa. Wahlert in 3A, Prairie in 4A. Prairie won game 1 of our doubleheader, 1-0. Tap foul.
Yep, just really working that curveball on these lefty hitters here and being really effective with it. Just barely got a piece of that. Can't imagine he's going to go anywhere but way out again here and make him try to go after something here and not give him anything middle in.
1 ball, 2 strike. The pitch, good call, John. It went outside.
Yeah, he's just Mueller's just a good hitter, and he gets good extension, and you just don't let him turn on it here. You get a double down the right field line fast. Boy, here we go now, full count. That's the hard part. Tough pitchers, tough hitters to throw to, and you just got to be so precise with your spots.
3-2 on the way to Mueller is outside. Ball 4, the tying run aboard to begin the 7th.
Now batting left fielder, number 10, Colin McClintock.
Brings up Colin McClintock. McClintock tonight 0 for 2. He was hit by a pitch in the first and later scored. Fouls this away.
He was right on that pitch. Good swing.
McClintock with 9 runs batted in. On base percentage well above 500.
Yep, long hold there, long pause. I wonder if he was going to step off. He did. We'll reset it and do it again.
Nothing in one. Pitch upstairs. Nail-biting time for both teams.
Oh yeah, we had some drama tonight. We've had some odd ways of seeing runs scored, but we've had an exciting 2 ball games here.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's McClintock. Hits this toward the middle.
Oh.
High hop, it goes over the top of Piero and into left center. What an ugly hop, an unfortunate break for Piero and the Wahlert Golden Eagles.
That was he was going to get that lead runner for sure, and it just kicked right over his head. He had no chance. Wow.
Wow, you can just almost have to laugh at that, right?
Yeah, what do you do? I mean, he's going to smother that and get an out, possibly 2, but 1 for sure, and it literally goes over his head. I just don't know what it hit, but man, it sure caromed.
I don't know if we got a shot at that one, but that was a wicked hop. Could have been a double play. It winds up, but there's runners at second and first with nobody out, and Xavier Perez, Game 1's hero, at the plate. Takes inside, ball 1. It was Perez's RBI double in the 6th of Game 1 that scored the only run.
I didn't know Perez was a switch hitter. He batted lefty, and what we've seen now with Cummer, the left-hander, in, he's on the right side.
The 1-0.
Oh.
Hit high but foul.
Somebody better get to third just in case. Nope. Yeah, I didn't know he's a switch hitter. You don't see much of that.
Down to the wire here tonight at Prairie. Nobody out, 2 on. Prairie down by a run. The pitch to Perez is up and out of the zone. Brandon Cummer on the hill. Looks like Wahlert's going to ride him, at least here in this 7th, win or lose. 2 balls and a strike. Pitch to Perez. Wild one to the backstop. It's caroming off the backstop. Moving to third is Mueller, and McClintock takes second. And oh my, Prairie is a hit away from not only tying this game, but winning this game.
Yeah, just like that. We're now you got the go-ahead run, winning run at second base. 3-1 hitters count here. Perez looking for something good to find green and win this ball game.
Wahlert's bringing the infield in. You can make an argument for keeping him back to.
I wouldn't be surprised if they put him on here. Yep, 3-1. Yep, they are. Yep, 3-1 behind the count. Bases loaded now. That winning run's already on second. Take your chances and try to get a force out here. Play at the plate if you can. Infield's going to be in. Double play depth up the middle.
I was going to say they're move him back up the middle. Try to turn 2. Now Perez is going to exit the game.
Right fielder, number 9, Johnny Evans.
Pesico run he doesn't mean a whole lot over there at first base.
Yep, it's your
John Evans, the batter, down by 1. This one lined into left center and caught at the shortstop spot by Piero, leaping in the air, and that's out number 1.
Are we safe to say Piero almost pirouetted on that? And what a great grab there to make it out.
He says, I'll take your bad hop. Leap up, make this catch. So that's out number 1. Now the batter is Owen Markson. Bases still loaded, 1 out now. Prairie down 1. And the pitch, Markson takes a strike. Boy, that Evans shot looked like it was ticketed to left center for game winner.
I thought that was ball game, and little top spin, it kind of sunk, and what a great grab going up and getting it.
There's Markson at the dish. He swings through that one, strike 2. Nothing and 2 on Markson. Got him looking. Strike 3.
Oh, boy. We're getting a little bit of everything here. Now we got all kinds of drama. 2 outs, bases still loaded, winning run at second.
Now batting. Number 23, Wyatt Eagle.
Well, Eagle
Re-enters the game.
re-enters the game here. So Ebel at the dish. Takes a pitch outside, ball 1. Tying run at third. Winning run at second base. Wahlert an out away from defeating Prairie. The pitch, swing and a miss. Prairie has not lost this year in 10 previous games. Wyatt Ebel at the plate, 1 ball and 1 strike. Ebel takes upstairs, 2-1.
That was almost looked like a straight change or something there. It just kind of got away from him.
Prairie had the bases loaded with nobody out in this inning. They've yet to score. A line out to short and a strikeout. Now the 2-1. That is low for ball 3.
He's been so good with that pitch to righties with that breaking ball, running it down and in on him. He didn't get the call that time. Now we got a 3-1 count. Everybody's coming to life here.
The 3-1. Could you ask for anything more? 3 balls and 2 strikes.
This is great stuff here.
2 number 1 ranked teams in the state of Iowa. 3 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th inning. Tying run at third, winning run at second base. Brandon Kummer facing Wyatt Ebel. Kummer delivers home, swung on and missed.
Holy cow. What a ball game.
Wahlert defeats Prairie 4-3, handing Prairie their first loss of this season.
Holy cow, it doesn't get much better than that. That's fun stuff.
Talk about the jam they got out of in that 7th inning. Bases loaded, nobody out. And Kummer got that line out to short and back-to-back strikeouts to secure the win. Wahlert wins it 4-3. Back after this on KCRG 9.2. And back to Prairie High School. Game 2 goes to the Wahlert Golden Eagles. They defeat Prairie 4-3. They pick up the go-ahead run in the 7th inning. And those Golden Eagles, John, just won a game. They scored 4 runs. They did not get a hit in the game, and they won. They beat the number 1 team in the Prairie Hawks.
We kept talking about that between innings and talk about, hey, find a way to win, and they did. And a lot of fun here tonight. I mean, we saw 2 good teams, and I'm sure a lot of things they want to see improve for both teams, but deep down they're both happy with the split as compared to somebody losing 2, you know, that somebody would have liked to take 2 tonight, but they're going to walk out here even two good ball teams.
Take a look at some of the highlights from this second game. The Prairie, both teams started off a little bit shaky in that first inning. They see Piero taking second on a wild pitch there. They would pick up a run on this error. And Wahlert was ahead 1-0 in the first. It would later add a second run in that first inning on a wild pitch that put the Golden Eagles ahead 2-0. Prairie would pick up a couple of runs in the bottom of the second inning. In fact, John, the first 4 batters reached base in that bottom of the first inning, and then Owen Markson with an RBI single that blooped in there to left field, and that tied it at 2. But really after that point, both pitchers started to settle in, and they got some great defense behind them as well.
Yeah, Jaden Stumpf made 2 outstanding catches tonight, one in left in the first game and that one here in game 2. But both teams had challenges they had to overcome tonight. That might be the biggest thing both teams are going to take out of here, that when things weren't going their way, they found ways to get runs and to ultimately win a game, each of them, and when it maybe wasn't quite going their way. So that's, I'm sure, the positive both coaches are talking about, with other things to learn from it.
Yeah, nothing really, not a whole lot negative from this one, from both of these games tonight. So Prairie won game 1, 1-0. Wahlert wins game 2, 4-3. A battle of 2 number 1 teams in the state of Iowa. Lived up to the billing. John, we had 2 terrific games.
Fun night. Great night for baseball and a great atmosphere, and we saw some great 2 great games tonight. A lot of fun.
Thanks so much for tuning in, John. This was fun.
Yep.
And, look forward to next time.
You betcha.
For John Harms, this is Morgan Huck saying good night from Prairie in Game 2. Wahlert defeats the Prairie Hawks 4-3. The team split a doubleheader tonight in Cedar Rapids, and we thank you for watching on KCRG 9.2.